We Are Wrestling.
We Are Wrestling.
Don, D-O-N?
Dick, got it.
Make sure to subscribe, baby.
We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. 1/3 of We Are Wrestling. We got the vaping Asian sensation right next to me. What is going on, Ben?
This fucking guy, it's colorful every single episode.
Always something new.
I'll never get tired of it. What's going on, We Are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide? It is I, Ben, the third of We Are Wrestling Talk Show. How you guys doing today? It is fucking Rumble Week approaching us, ladies and gentlemen. It is big. We are almost on the road to WrestleMania, the most exciting time of the year in pro wrestling. And we got loads of surprises this year, especially with Triple H and the heads of creative. But we could talk about that shit all night. But before we do, Don, what's up?
What is up? If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac you already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know the grind is real. And this week in the professional wrestling, community, we did make a special video earlier in the week in honor of Jay Briscoe, which the family did post a, GoFundMe account, which we are going to put the link. It'll be the first link down in the description below. We Are Wrestling. We donated to it, and we hope that you guys can also donate and, help out the family because they're going through a lot right now.
You want to know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up, Dan?
They gave more of a tribute tonight on SmackDown to Jay Briscoe than they did on AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, and that's something we are going to be getting into this week on the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. Yep. The whole thing with Warner Media and stuff. That will be a topic later on in the talk show. But it's been a very sad week in professional wrestling. And for this week, I wanted to change it up. I wanted to spice up some of the content and some of the topics to talk about and try to, not think about the sad and, really, try to get excited for Rumble Week because the We Are Wrestling channel, we are going to be having a Royal Rumble marathon next week. This year, the We Are Wrestling channel, we're doing it big for Rumble Week. We're going to be having a marathon with brand new Royal Rumble content coming out to you guys all week long that you're not going to want to miss here on the We Are Wrestling channel. Monday, there will be a brand new episode of Old School versus New School with Chaz and I, and we talk about the history of the Royal Rumble matches and the differences between Old School Rumble matches and New School Rumble matches. Then on Tuesday, Danny Huckins and I, we are going to be doing a tier list of every Royal Rumble match, ranking it from S tier to F tier. You're not going to want to miss that. Then on Wednesday, we are going to have all four of us. It's going to be the best one, Donnie, the Load Rager, Ben, Danny Huckins, and Old School Chaz. All four of us, we are going to be giving our predictions for this upcoming Royal Rumble 2023 pay-per-view. Then on Thursday, we're going to be going live on the We Are Wrestling channel, and we're going to be rewatching a Royal Rumble match that you guys vote on in our community tab on the We Are Wrestling channel. We're going to be watching an entire Royal Rumble match live with you guys. Then on Friday, we're going to be having a special live episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, episode 43, before the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. We'll be live on the We Are Wrestling channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys are not going to want to miss it. Then on Saturday, January 28th, we're going to be having a massive Royal Rumble watch-along, and it's not going to be like any other watch-along here on the We Are Wrestling channel. We are all going to be in the same room. There will not be one person at 10, the other person at 5, and the other person at Not going to happen this time around. We're all going to be in the same room to witness it at the same exact time, and it's going to be a massive stream, something we have never done before that you are not going to want to miss. That's right, this week on the We Are Wrestling channel, it's Rumble Week, and you are not going to want to miss it. It's massive.
I started being toxic on Instagram today since I'm blocked on Facebook.
You moved your hate speech over to fucking Instagram, you son of a bitch.
Somebody had the balls to say that they rather ruthless aggression than the attitude era, and I called them a simp.
Danny, come on. You need to be professional.
They don't know who the fuck I am.
Guys, wait, are you on like a fake account? Like you have like a fake picture or something and you're trolling?
No,
people?
it was in the WWE's comment section.
Oh my god. Only you, Danny. Only you. And guys, by the way, if you want to see Danny, say some stupid shit, go to Danny H Vlogs and watch his live watch-alongs, because sometimes I go on there just to troll him.
I went on a fucking rant tonight, man.
Yeah, I know. I was there.
Flair.
Yeah, dude, I watched the entire thing. I know you went on a fucking rant. I was watching your entire fucking watch-along. My god.
How was it? I enjoy his watch-alongs sometimes.
No, it was good. It was good. I definitely came at him crazy before he even logged on to the damn watch-along.
You did?
Yeah, did you not read the fucking comments, bro? Like, I gave you a solid introduction.
There's a reason.
I was like, Danny Huckins has a micropene. Like, I started with that one.
Damn.
There's a reason.
You know what somebody said to me?
What did they say?
They're like, hi. They absolutely disregarded that I came at this man crazy. They're just like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, hey, what's up, Todd?
All right, so now
day.
Let's get into the We Are Wrestling topics for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. Our first topic is something that was announced on Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes has been having these vignettes the last couple weeks, and he has officially entered himself into the 2023 Royal Rumble. And the real question that's been going around in the wrestling community is, should they have kept Cody Rhodes' return a secret? Because
they should have. Because
of course,
at the same time,
real quick, because
we knew
of course,
by timing,
throughout the years, we've had guys that come back from injuries, like Triple H in 2002, where they announced that he was entering the Rumble. And they've also had times where you had injuries like Edge. He entered the Rumble, I believe, in 2010 from an injury and won.
But
Same with John Cena in 08. I
know, but nobody... Oh, yeah, you're talking about people that, like, won. I was like, but nobody knew that fucking Cena or Edge was going to be there.
Since I think I've been saying it on the talk show, since Cody Rhodes left with injury, I was like, he's coming back at the Rumble.
I knew that was going to happen too.
It was expected. So why would you try your hardest to get, that fan reaction, whatever, of him having a surprise return when everybody's expecting it? The thing is, I'm happy that they announced it, but I hope they don't announce what number it is, because when that time comes, once that music hits, man, the roof in Dallas is gonna be blown the fuck off, man.
Same with my living room.
I think the roof in Dallas is gonna be blown the fuck off regardless. I think this is gonna be one of the biggest rumbles in recent years, like easily of the last decade. Minus 2020.
Sold out.
Minus 2020. 2020 was pretty fucking good.
This Rumble sold out before any matches got announced, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing about like this Royal Rumble, especially with Triple H. You don't know what he has under his sleeve.
God, dude.
And that's what makes this Royal Rumble it makes it so watchable, and like you want to know what's going to happen. Because there's a lot of reports, there's a lot of rumors.
Dude, I am like
prizes and stuff.
Bro, I am like crying in my soul, like low key, about this Royal Rumble. Like, it's gonna be beautiful.
Do you have the article pulled up about what was actually said about the whole people were wondering why they announced Cody Rhodes was coming back at the Rumble?
I do not have that article, unfortunately, for this topic.
I'm not gonna say a word for word because obviously I don't have it in front of me either. But apparently they said that everybody expects Cody to come back, so it's not really that big of a surprise, even if they didn't announce it. But they're really more than happy with the surprises that they do have.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I
some
believe
Forbidden
that
Doors, too.
100%. And here's my thoughts about, the whole Cody Rhodes thing, about like them, pretty much spoiling it, having Cody announce that he was entering the Rumble. That was a great booking decision on WWE's part, because let's be real, we all knew Cody Rhodes was coming back for the Rumble. And I think that having these video packages, you are surrounding the Royal Rumble around Cody.
Yeah.
So you're giving the viewer, the average viewer, a reason to watch this pay-per-view. Because usually a pay-per-view or an event has something built around it. And that's something that, I was talking about a lot in the latest episode of We Are Wrestling Old School versus New School with the history of Raw. I was talking about how the presentation is not there. And back in the day with television, they would actually, build the show around something, which is why I really love SmackDown, because they've been building it around the bloodline. This Rumble, they're building it around Cody's injury and him coming back, which I love. Because, of course, he has a goal to win the championship that Dusty Rhodes never won. Exactly. And I love these video packages. They're telling an incredible story. And come on now, you need to put some asses in seats. You need people to buy this, event. And what better way than announcing the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, coming back?
Just do not announce his number, man. Leave that as a surprise.
Cody's number 1, Seth Rollins is number 2. That's what they're going to do. Watch.
Maybe not.
That would no. See, I see Seth Rollins being number 1 and then Cody being number 2.
Yes.
Just to give it a bigger crowd reaction, starting off the match high, having Cody go through the entire fucking thing and end up winning. Like, that would be the perfect predicament. That
there's some hard hitters in the fucking.
Yeah, but more people at the same time, that want could change with said surprise returns and X, Y, and Z. Who knows who's showing up? Here's the thing with the returns, I'm just fortunate enough if they just stick around and they debut in WWE and they go forward. Excuse me, I don't care if they win the Royal Rumble or not. It is a treat to me and it's a dub to me that they just debuted. I never expect returns and shit to win 9 times out of 10, depending if it's just somebody who's out on injury per se.
Yep.
But I don't know. I hope and I think we know Cody's gonna win. But again, that view could change of who I would want to win depending on who's coming. So that is something I'm excited to talk about throughout this week for sure.
I love the surprises because
oh my God,
I never have the expectations of them winning. I just love seeing a legend come back for just one time only.
Oh, absolutely,
which is pretty cool.
And
I think we're getting X-Pac. I think we're getting X-Pac.
I think we are too.
And like I said, man, I sent you guys that flyer earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a wrestling convention, free admission if anybody's going to be in the San Antonio area. But it's going to be from 10 a.m. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Mad.
I mean, look who's on that list,
love
man.
wrestling conventions.
There's a lot of heavy hitters on that list that are going to be there, man.
Damn.
Oh,
man,
the Rumble. Of course, all these legends are going to be in the San Antonio area for the Rumble because it's one of the best pay-per-views in WWE.
I feel bad for every single. I am so jealous of every single one of those male individuals and their pants that night for how much they are going to be cementing the insides of them with their own children. Because I wish I was one of those people in attendance because it is going to be a face-melting and pants-hardening Royal Rumble. And with Triple H and creative, I don't think that he's going to risk a lot of these surprises leaking. So, I think he's got some pretty interesting shit up his sleeve, so to speak. And if those deals are done, we might get some people back and we might get some new faces. And I'm excited to see who.
I'm very excited too. And this is my last comment I'm going to add to this topic here.
Okay.
Here's why this Royal Rumble is going to be one of the best Royal Rumbles in a very long time.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to take anything away from Vince McMahon and what he's done for the business that he created. He's created lots of unforgivable
business. Like a freaking business.
You see, he's given us so many unforgivable memories through the years. Unforgettable memories.
Well, he has given us some unforgivable memories too as of late, so you're not wrong.
That as well. I'm not wrong there. Anything you say about Vince, I feel like nobody's ever wrong.
See, look, he didn't even
when it comes down to it,
up.
Vince understands the business, but Triple H understands it more because he was in the ring. He knows like what a reaction is. He knows what us fans want.
He knows how to work the crowd.
He's in the best position for WWE.
Plus, he did the Indies, he did WCW, he did all that.
He's going to have the surprises.
And here's the thing: another reason why it's so great and his creative is amazing. He is one of the legends from one of the great, if not the greatest generation of wrestlers, like the Attitude Era. Like
he knows what the fans want. He does. And that's why this Rumble is going to be one of the best ones. Yep, money.
That's what. There's a reason why this Rumble sold out before one match was even announced.
That's a Royal Rumble, dude. You know, I can't even really say that I'm surprised, considering it's the fucking Royal Rumble in general. And that's like the biggest fucking show minus WrestleMania in everybody's mind. That is, everybody is literally only stoked majority for the Royal Rumble and fucking WrestleMania. And yeah, I'm not surprised. But
yeah,
with Triple H ahead of creative, yeah, that shit's gonna fucking sell out.
But with Vince McMahon heading creative last year for like Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, they had a hard time. They had a hard time trying to move the WrestleMania ticket.
I'll tell you why.
People were so upset about the booking.
You know why they were upset? Especially the Royal Rumble. Last year, there was no surprises in the men's Rumble, at least. The women's, you did have some cool surprises in there.
Vince McMahon.
But Vince McMahon took away all the fun out of the Royal Rumble. Like he always freaking does in, you know, this time and age. Takes away the fun from professional wrestling. But now, before we, you know, take this quick break and get back into more, you know, we are wrestling topics for this week. We did report last week about Ric Flair wanting to wrestle again, and I'm sorry, Ben. This is actually good news. Debunked. This is a relief for all three of us now.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, in these reports, he went on his podcast because, of course, you know, it went out that he wanted to wrestle again. It looks like he doesn't want to wrestle again. And on his podcast, he said, and I quote, "I don't know why they keep saying I'm begging for another match," Flair said. "What I have said to you repeatedly is I wish I could redo that match. I'm not begging for another match. I don't want to wrestle again. I have no desire. I wish I had that match to do over again," is what I've said repeatedly.
You want to know why he wants to redo that match? Because that entire weekend revolved around him. Everybody was there because of him. It was Ric Flair's band. They fucking hyped that shit up like it was fucking WrestleMania 17 all over again.
Yeah, I think
Just
you honestly said it best.
A diaper fucking wrestle. Yeah, no, I'm good.
And I'm good as well.
It should have been done at WrestleMania.
He should have just ended it with Shawn Michaels. Let's be real.
One of the most, like, literally fourth wall breaking, emotional retirement matches I have ever seen in my entire life. It should have ended there. Like, he shouldn't have even gone to TNA. He should have just ended it fucking there. Like, it was beautiful. Like, it was so beautiful.
Look, he could have gone to TNA and just been a manager, but why get in the ring a couple times? That's the problem. But
People get selfish, man.
But I am glad that he was able to, you know, go on the podcast and say he does not want to wrestle again because we don't want to see Ric Flair wrestle again. He'll
die if he does.
And I think I'm speaking for the entire wrestling community when I say that. But now, guys, we'll be right back with more We Are Wrestling.
Every superstar there was so many great superstars back then, and they focused on the show. What happened in the ring took care of itself.
I have enjoyed tag team wrestling more now than I ever have in my entire life. And I think a lot of it has to do with AEW, you know, tag team matches, especially the pay-per-views.
Those crowds back then, wrestling fans were wrestling fans.
With old school wrestling, the only thing I criticize is the pace of matches. I think when it comes to old school, it's, for me, a little too slow. Characters, on the other hand, they're on a whole nother level.
You can see your hands a little too close.
Honestly, I would rather take the belt that I'm wearing on my pants. I'd rather be representing that than the fucking the new WWE Championship, okay? New episodes of Old School versus New School air every Monday only on We Are Wrestling. We're back. And, by the way, with the Royal Rumble, we will be having a live watch-along next Saturday for the pay-per-view event. It's going to be a watch-along stream like no other on the We Are Wrestling channel. We're all going to be there, and we're going to have an entire crew with us. So there's going to be a lot of insane reaction during this, Rumble stream. It's going to be amazing. We're putting a lot of effort into it, and it's going to be a must-watch. So if you're looking for somebody to watch the Rumble with, recommend you guys to hop on the stream next Saturday with all three of us and, Chaz from Old School versus New School and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, boy.
But now, getting into our next topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. There has been some controversy going around with AEW. Last Friday on AEW Rampage, we had a tag team street fight. It was Jericho Appreciation Society's Ty Mello and Anna Jay versus Ruby Soho and Willow. And there's a lot of reports because I believe a former WWE ref, Scott Armstrong, he criticized the match with like a screenshot of a photo of like a referee or something. And then MJF actually broke character and tweeted this after, the backlash that was going on with wrestling fans and stuff during this match. Because there was, a lot of blood and stuff. And usually in women matches, we haven't seen really death matches until AEW. So MJF said, and I quote, "What we do is real. Our lives can end in that ring in an instant. Anna Jay put her body on the line for your entertainment, and you have the balls to criticize her. That's why I don't rush to please the internet fans. I rush to please my wallet." Those were MJF's words.
I mean, he's not lying.
Controversy. So how do you guys feel about that tag match that happened? Because there's been a lot of old school wrestlers like Ric Flair who have gone on their podcasts and saying women should not be bleeding.
I will say, I didn't watch the match. I obviously know about the match. A match like that, I would have saved for like a pay-per-view. I wouldn't have done on just a random episode of Rampage that fucking probably nobody watched. You know what I mean? Very few people watch Rampage as it is. But I gotta agree with MJF, That's why I said, like, you can't please, just the casual fan. You gotta please the hardcore fan because that's where all the money, that's where all the merchandise is gonna get moved. That's where the pay-per-view buys are gonna come from. So I'm in agreement. I don't think it should have been held on Rampage. I would have saved the match for like that for like maybe Revolution or something like that, like one of their bigger shows, But
can I say something about that, though?
Sure.
The problem is with having a match like that, and I think why they did it on Rampage was because they had more time to do it. Because you have to realize this upcoming AEW Revolution, it looks like it's going to be Bryan Danielson versus MJF in a 1-hour Iron Man match. And that's going to take a lot of time, which means there's going to be less matches on the card.
Until Tony Khan's like, "Here, hold my beer. Let me show you how long I can make this."
Hey,
motherfucker.
It's not hold my beer for Tony Khan. It's hold my seltzer water.
Ben, what do you think about this whole situation, man? There was a lot of blood.
Yeah, we're talking about the one where Ruby Soho was like fucking bleeding like a motherfucker, right?
Like
just
John
like the
Cena at
Dudleys,
Judgment Day
man.
2005.
I recall. I'm very aware of how much blood. I saw like bits and pieces of that match. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the ladies. They killed it 100%. I want to give a shout out to the ladies. Everybody in that match, whether you love them or hate them, they fucking killed it. They did their job. As far as the whole comment on, women shouldn't be bleeding, who the fuck are you to say anything about it? Like, it's 2023 and we're still talking about this. Like, the women need, defining moments too that put all of their shit on the line, just like the men have. You know, this shit's about equality, right? It is. So, deal with it. Times are changing. It was a beautiful fucking match. What MJF said, that, you know, what they do is very fucking real, and she put all of her shit on the line to entertain all of these people. And again, we're still talking about that shit. People are like, oh, it's, you know, not real, you know, whatever. Like, dude, what they do is very real. May it be, some of it be exaggerated? Yeah. Entertainment.
Scripted.
It's supposed to fucking entertain you.
The outcomes are scripted, but when they're going in the ring, that is not a trampoline.
Anybody could get killed in a second, and unfortunately, we've seen it multiple times. We've seen it. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the show. Shut the fuck up. Enjoy the show. Enjoy what you haven't been seeing. Enjoy what you are getting, because you ain't gonna see this shit in WWE. You'll see it all the time in New Japan, but that's nothing new. If you can find a creative way to do it, because again, you know, I'm not a huge fucking, like, oh my God, I need so much blood. I'm not a huge fan of that shit. But if you can do it right, yeah. And these ladies, man, fucking props, dude. Fucking all of them. Ruby Soho, completely, dude. Like, Ruby Riott don't got shit on Ruby Soho. Don't got shit. Every single one of those ladies in that match worked their shit that night and absolutely killed it. So, the naysayers, fuck you. Like, you know, change the fucking channel. Like, it is beautiful what the women are doing today, what they're allowed to do today, compared to, you know, what we've seen compared to 5 years ago. The women's division was suffering. Matches like this could be reviving this shit, and you're complaining?
You know what's crazy? The Revolution, it hasn't been 5 years. It's almost 10 years now since this started.
No, I'm just saying,
crazy,
like, only
man.
5 years ago.
Flying.
I was just saying, only 5 years ago, right before AEW, shit was fucking failing bad. Like, they were shit. In the past 5 years, it has thrived since then.
You got that right. And
you got to thank him for it, man.
I don't remember where. Look, I don't remember where I said this, but in 2023, a lot of these wrestling fans are young females that are looking up to Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch,
kids,
Bayley.
bro.
But it's true.
Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids, bro.
What these women are doing are amazing to a lot of these young girls, and they're looking up to them, and I'm sure a lot of them want to be professional wrestlers, just like the ones that they watch on TV. It's inspiring to see what the women have done, you know, for professional wrestling. And my thoughts on this match, it was incredible. And I feel like when it comes to AEW's women's division, they always get criticized when they're doing things right, according to the old, you know, podcasters and old wrestlers out there. But then when they have a death match or a hardcore match, then they get criticized. But that's the times where the hardcore fans, we appreciate the women wrestlers. Because last time I checked, I believe it was Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. They had the lights out match. Great match. They had a cage match. One of, you know, the best friggin' women matches I think they've ever put on in that company. And they've also had, you know, a couple of these street fight death matches with the women. And I gotta say, it's new. And I think that's why a lot of us actually enjoy it.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't mind the match. I enjoyed, you know, I like the blood aspect. I liked how, you know, Willow and Ruby were sort of like, you know, paying homage to the Dudley Boys. I like that pretty much.
That was cool.
I just don't like the fact that it was on Rampage and not maybe a live episode of Dynamite or like a pay-per-view or something. I just don't like the fact that it was on a Rampage, on a taped show.
I will say this.
With the, you know, the like the severity of all of it, I think they purposely put it on Rampage to, you know, because I feel like it'd be pushing it too far for their television network, you know, because not a lot of people watch Rampage, so it's like, all right, we can get away with it here, but, you know, Dynamite, where it's, you know, on the brink of, you know, Raw ratings, you know, that's, you know, we got to tone it down a little bit and make this more like family-ish oriented, even though AEW is more towards, you know, the mature audience.
And
but
here's
it's still
the thing.
TBS.
And look, here's the thing. I do agree. I do somewhat agree with what you're saying, Danny. I think that Rampage, I think, is okay for it to happen, but it should have been on a live episode of it.
Absolutely, 100%.
But I will say this. I think that wasn't a bad place to put this match on Rampage. It gave the viewer a reason to watch the show. And they need that on Rampage. They really need that. And I think I've noticed the last month, AEW has actually been somewhat trying to put, some of their bigger names on there so that they can get, some viewership and have it increase, which surprisingly, the viewership for Rampage is a lot better now than it was a couple months ago.
That match, man, was progress for AEW in general. Like putting a big match like that on Rampage to give people, like what you just said, give people a reason to watch it. Yeah, man, that's progress. So
that's why Tony Khan did that.
So many people complaining. Like, I don't understand. It's like, man, we're giving you those changes you want, and you're still fucking barking up a tree for what?
I want to add something to that.
I hate you, toxic fans.
People are so used to WWE, man.
And look, this is where I'll end what I have to say about this.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. Here's why I enjoyed this incredible match.
Yeah.
Not only was the match fantastic, if you go back all of these months before, Ruby Soho has been having a feud with Ty Mello and Anna Jay for months.
Yeah.
And what better way to end the feud than have it be in this type of match? Here's the thing. In the wrestling community, the fans always complain about how there's no long-term booking in 2023.
Precisely.
Even though Ruby Soho, Anna Jay, and Ty Mello, and even Willow got into the mix, it's been a long story. And I think that this was very good, very impressive. And I think that they deserve all the credit in the world, all four of those women. And I have not been the biggest. I know Anna Jay has a lot of upside and a lot of promise. And I think that she's going to have a bright future in professional wrestling. I have not really been a fan of her run that much in AEW, but even I can say she did a fantastic job in that match, and I gained a whole nother respect for all four of these women that competed.
That's why these matches are so important, because the brutality of it allows these women specifically a chance to make a name for themselves.
I'm so mad. I did a reaction video to this, and I could not upload it because it got blocked.
Damn.
I should have just done it the old way that I usually do my reactions.
Excuse me. My bad, man.
Yeah, which absolutely sucks. But now, moving on to our next topic before the main event topic here on the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. It's about Jay Briscoe.
Okay.
There are reports that AEW could not really have a tribute show for Jay Briscoe due to Warner Media. This is going to be a bomb right here for this topic. But before we get into this, we'll be right back with more We Are Wrestling.
We Are Wrestling Podcast.
That was absolutely executed perfectly, and in wrestling, timing is everything.
Let's flip this around and turn on everybody's heads. I think that's a very real possibility.
If I ever go to a Comic-Con and Batista's there, that's going to be what I waste my question on. Is like, what was running through your head when that kid jumped in front of you and was just doing your fucking motion?
Do that? That's his buddy. This right here.
Exactly, bro. So what the fuck is the issue?
Like that was back in the day, when they would show the surgeries like on video during like those vignettes. The dude is a fucking star.
And I didn't see a 3D or I didn't see anything from them both. I would have been extremely fucking pissed. I know that for a fact.
Do you want this dude to snap his back?
Fan.
Literally, Vince McMahon is probably the most iconic villain in like just the world at this point. Like, you can open a fucking history book and Vince's name is somewhere in there about all the bad shit he's possibly fucking done.
AEW and WWE cannot come up with anything creative for this guy.
I do not think they need to focus on casual fans. They need to focus on hardcore fans. Hardcore fans are the ones that are going to bring the ring.
Featuring your hosts, Ben, Danny, and Donnie. We are wrestling.
New episodes of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show air every Saturday, only on We Are Wrestling. We're back, and now getting into our probably controversial topic here for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. Warner Media did not allow AEW to do a Jay Briscoe tribute show. How do you guys feel about that?
Fuck that. Fucked. Dan, go ahead.
Fuck Warner Media, man. Like I said this on my stream.
He did.
If I was not a content creator, I would boycott AEW for the simple fact that they're working alongside Warner Media. It's bad enough that you wouldn't let one of the greatest tag teams on your fucking television network, but the fact that this man fucking died, and a lot when it comes to wrestlers' deaths, a lot of it is like drug related or at the fault of their own hands and stuff like that. Like we've seen that a lot in the past. This man was bringing his fucking children to fucking cheerleading practice, and some girl decided to fucking not stay in her lane, fucking ran headfirst into him. The whole thing is fucking ridiculous, man. Fuck Warner Media, them cocksuckers, every single one of them should burn in hell for all I care. Fuck them. If anybody from Warner Media sees this podcast, you're a fucking simp. Fuck you. Go fucking die in a fucking ditch, you fucking pussies.
Damn, I could have understood, getting jumped in the parking lot, but that, fuck, man.
It's fucking true, bro.
Look, I'm sorry, but if you can have Nick Gage on AEW to fight Chris Jericho, and remind you, he was forking Jericho's face during a Domino's commercial. Or no, it was the pizza cutter during a Domino's commercial during the side by side. And he's had a lot of controversy in his professional wrestling career. Nothing against Nick Gage.
Don't forget this. Hold on.
He can be on Dynamite, but Jay Briscoe can't.
Exactly, but we also got to put it in account, right? They have a brand new show that just debuted on Wednesday, right? It's like a fucking a power slap show or whatever that was created by Dana White. After he literally was on video during New Year's slapping the fuck out of his wife.
100%. No, do not even get me started on Dana White. That fucking pussy.
Fuck.
I hate Dana White so much. The fact that he underpays his mixed martial arts fighters and friggin', even now, friggin' underpaying these friggin' people, slapping each other, and now getting brain damage and brain injuries and stuff out there.
No health insurance, mind you.
No health insurance, remind you, either.
They'll allow somebody to have their they'll allow somebody like that. They'll allow somebody like that to have their own fucking show, but they won't allow a fucking tribute show to a man that posted some fucking tweets 13 fucking years ago. That he has apologized multiple times.
Exactly, he took accountability and apologized for it.
And two show back then when he posted that. The last two shows after he posted and apologized, the last two shows, he took his full pay for both those shows and donated them to a fucking charity, bro.
Exactly.
Fuck Warner Media.
Is the problem here with Warner Media, and they wonder why, friggin', they're in the position that they are. Like, how are you going, Danny? You are hitting bullseyes right now. How the hell do you have Dana White, who abuses his wife? And there's video evidence, there's picture evidence of him, grabbing her friggin' wrist and, slapping her.
He slapped the fuck out of her at a New Year's Eve party in Mexico. The videos surface everywhere.
So he can have a slapping competition show on TBS where people are actually getting really hurt during this, remind you. And there's no strategy to it or anything, yet they can't even have a tribute show for a guy who gave everything he had to this business. MJF said it on his tweet, what we do is real. Jay Briscoe, like I said in the tribute video, if he was in a crowd of 10 people in a gymnasium or in front of a sold-out crowd, he always gave it the same amount of effort that he put in to it, 150 every time.
Yeah.
absolutely fucked up at Warner Media, and I really hope that Tony Khan is considering, you know, other options, because I know their TV deal is coming up pretty soon.
I don't want people to fucking blame Tony Khan for this, man. You know, obviously he's getting paid a lot of money for Dynamite, so he did everything he could. I will say that. Ben, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, it's a pretty fucked up situation. So I'll back you on the fuck Warner Media. I'll back you guys on that, you know, tenfold. You know, a man died, a husband died, a father died, a brother died, a son died. You know, it's controversy or not, he's gone. He's not coming back. You know, the wrestling community lost a legend. And I feel as if they should be able to honor that legend in any way they see fit, including a tribute show to somebody they just lost, who is also a current one half of a tag team champion right now. And I think it's absolutely disgraceful to the family. I think it's disgraceful to every fan around the world. I think it's disgraceful to that locker room. I feel like it's disgraceful to anybody who was close to him. I think it was just disgraceful in general, despicable for that company.
Well, for me, Warner Media, not AEW.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Warner Media. No, I know it's not TK, but whoever made the final call should be absolutely fucking ashamed of themselves. Absolutely fucking ashamed. And they definitely deserve to get jumped in the parking lot. 100%. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. Those are my thoughts, man.
And it's crazy because the entire wrestling community has had, you know, Jay Briscoe's family's back during this time.
Absolutely.
And, you know, Warner Media, they should have allowed AEW to do a tribute show. And right now, I really have to give credit where it's due to Tony Khan. You know, despite
major player
what Warner Media tried doing, you know, to him, the fact that Tony Khan actually did do a tribute show in honor of him, that he's, you know, putting out there for free. There's going to be no, you know, no charge at all for this tribute show that they did. The fact that Tony Khan, you know, tried his very best to do something in honor of Jay Briscoe, I absolutely have to, you know, applaud him for that. Seriously.
I understand why he doesn't. I understand why he doesn't want to pick too big of a fight. I mean, these guys are paying him millions upon millions of dollars a year for Dynamite. You know, it's not really a battle that I would want to get into.
Look, Danny, we've also seen it too with TNA, with Spike TV. After they got off Spike TV, the ratings dropped drastically. So if AEW got off, you know, TNT and TBS from Warner Media, who knows if the ratings will be the same.
But I heard somebody posted this. Somebody posted this in the comment section because I think it was either Fight For or Wrestling Observer. One of them posted something, and I was looking at the comment section to see what people were saying. And a lot of people were saying, you know, it's easier to apologize than it is to ask permission. I think they should have said fuck it and just did it anyway, and you know, worried about the consequences.
They would have lost. Dan, it's a lot more. It's a lot more harsh than that, bud. It's a lot more to that, man. They
are allowing this guy to have a show about slapping people after he just beat the fuck out of his wife.
Regardless of what we think is fair, it's what we've been served, and you have to take with that what you can and run with it.
And it's unfortunate. It really is.
It's reasons like this to where part of me kind of wishes I wasn't a content creator, because like as much as I like AEW and what TK is doing, I would boycott the show just, you know, in spite of this entire situation, because it's definitely unfair. You know? It's not like this guy went. It's not like this guy went out and hurt people. He fucking got killed. Fucking.
Look, I totally understand the frustrations.
It's very frustrating, but
it's sad. But unfortunately, in the situation here with, you know, AEW, they had their backs against a wall during the situation, and I think Tony Khan really did, you know, he had to, you know, work around the whole thing with Warner Media and, you know, AEW, and I think he did, you know, what was best. I think it should have been on Dynamite. Absolutely. That tribute show should have been on Dynamite, but Warner Media wasn't allowing that. And I think Tony Khan to, come up with a solution to have a tribute show in honor of Jay Briscoe after Dynamite. That's going to be free for all the Jay Briscoe fans out there on YouTube. And I believe, the Ring of Honor fan club. I think that, Tony Khan deserves a lot of credit for that. And it's just an unfortunate situation, unfortunately, that we didn't get it on Dynamite. But, Tony Khan, had to do what's best. And I think that, having his back against the wall, I think he did what was best.
And for what it's worth, he did really well with it. So I'll give him that.
Did you guys by chance see the video somebody took of Adam Cole apparently did a really emotional speech during the I don't know
I'm waiting for the tribute show to watch that.
The thing is, I don't know if they filmed that after or if that was after the camera stopped rolling and he was just doing that for the fans. I have no idea.
Well, if it's not on the tribute show, I'm definitely going to check it out afterwards. But if it's on the tribute
show,
reaction
to it.
I'm gonna
I plan on doing a watch along to the tribute show. So if you guys want to hop on with me, watch it together.
Oh, absolutely, man. Definitely, depending on the time. But guys, before we get into the main event topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, remember, in the links down in the description below, if you want to donate to Jay Briscoe's family and help them, with funeral costs and, right now what his daughters are going through, please, anything helps. The links are down. The link is, the first one down in the description below. We'll be right back with more We Are Wrestling. No! How is Nickelodeon Guts number 5? Wow! All right, we're back. Our main event topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. I believe this is a very good main event topic for this week because earlier today, actually, the day we're recording, Friday, January 20th, Dave Meltzer on, his stupid radio show.
Here we go.
I can't stand Dave Meltzer. I had to throw a little shot in there. He had a report about The Rock potentially not competing this year in the Royal Rumble or going to WrestleMania to fight Roman Reigns. And here's what was said on, the Wrestling News, Observer with Dave Meltzer. He said,
fucking hilarious, ladies and gentlemen.
We were told that unless he changes his mind in the next few days, since a deadline for Mania plans is coming, that he indicated he won't have time to get into the kind of shape he feels he needs to be in to do a main event match with the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but kept the door open for something in the future. Of course, it is a possibility that it's something being kept a secret from everyone.
All right, I'm tagging myself in. I'm sorry, but the dude is a walking, talking anabolic steroid. He's literally living in the gym. Every time he posts a fucking video on Instagram, he's in the fucking gym. What do you mean you are not in the shape? Your arm boulders have fucking arm boulders on them. You're not The Rock anymore. You are literally Mount Rushmore at this point. You just stop. You are in the fucking shape. Just get your ass in the fucking ring, throw some goddamn dirt on it, and fucking wrestle Roman Reigns. I'm sick of this goddamn build-up. Just do it.
Whew.
Okay.
He went on a rant, bro.
Yeah, he did.
And by the way, also, I'm going to be the last one. I'm going to be the unpopular opinion. It's a fucking work. Wait for him to pop in at number 30.
I actually believe that's going to happen.
And also watch Steve Austin pop in at the Rumble, too. And we get that same stare down we got at WrestleMania 19.
Honestly, I would mark the fuck out if something like that
I will shit
happened.
my pants live in front of everybody.
Oh my god, I don't think anybody wants to see that.
All right, what's your thoughts, gents?
How do you feel, Danny?
I agree with everything that Ben said. I think that it's true. Like, The Rock is always constantly in the gym. He's always constantly, working out for this movie role or whatever. Like, he's always he fucking lives at the gym.
I've never seen somebody with cheek muscles before. Like he has literal pebbles underneath his eyes.
His
and then muscles.
eyebrows have muscles. That one eyebrow he raises has a muscle.
But I will say,
Been doing some lifts for 30 fucking years, bro.
I will say,
and all those promos he cut in WWF, those lungs be having freaking 6-packs.
I will say, and you guys will probably agree with me on this.
What's up, bro?
Just because you're in shape ready doesn't mean you're ring ready. You know,
Oh, he's fucking ring ready. I'm just kidding. No, I feel you.
It takes, you know, you can run on the treadmill and lift all the weights you want, but you get fucking body slammed in that ring, and you're not used to it. This is going to be his first match in how many years? Like, I mean, I would imagine there's a little bit of ring rust there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his last full match was with John Cena at WrestleMania 29, and then he did like something fun. I believe it was during like 32, where like he took off, you know, the sweats, and then he basically hit Eric Rowan with like a rock bottom, and it was like the fastest match in WrestleMania history. Really stupid, but kind of cool for Eric Rowan to actually get an opportunity.
That was
like
about
that.
that was about a decade ago. So I mean,
that was So I totally get like
I get where you're coming from.
I see where Dave Meltzer and like these reports are coming from, talking about the in-ring shape, but the way it came out is the Rock is built like he was in the opening scenes of Central Intelligence.
But the thing is,
that's how he made it out to be.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Sorry, I got distracted and broke kayfabe and said hi to my cat in like the most feminine voice, and I'm really glad you guys didn't catch that live in the moment, but you're gonna catch it during editing. So,
you know I am, and I'll probably put a meme in there,
probably
in honor of it.
Yeah,
sorry,
good old Negan, bro. Anyways, continue.
But also like what I was just about to say, and it just came back to mind. Like, you know, they have to have everything in place, you know, because if they're gonna have The Rock main event Mania, they're gonna need time to promote it. I remember when he had that feud with John Cena, bro. Like he had 2 matches, I think, at 2 WrestleManias
felt like
in
it was
a row.
Promoted for like 2 years.
It was promoted for an entire fucking year, bro, and that's what I kind of wish.
Cool.
I wish this match would have that kind of treatment, because I mean, to be honest, this match is a little bit more, a little bigger than the matches between him and John Cena. This is all about their family's legacy.
Times have changed. So again, you know, who knows? Who knows?
I will say this right now. On Raw, they're supposed to be having this thing with, you know, the bloodline. They better not have The Rock announce that he's entering the Rumble. They better not.
They wouldn't
save that as a surprise.
I don't even think The Rock needs to beat Roman for the titles. He's gonna beat Roman for the titles and then vacate him the next night on Raw because he has a fucking
What
movie?
do you mean titles? Roman's about to lose one of those titles before WrestleMania happens. They're about to freaking give Judgment Day the Raw tag titles.
Oh God.
I heard they were about to strip him. But the thing is, The Rock doesn't need to be in the Rumble, because that will indicate that the match between him and Roman will be for the title.
Mm-hmm.
If The Rock wins, right? We don't need The Rock to have a title. He wins the title, yay, celebrates, vacates it the next night on Raw because he has to film Jungle Book fucking 45 or whatever the fuck he does.
Oh God, here we go.
You know what I mean? So
starting the trail, ladies and gents.
Plus, if The Rock enters the Rumble and wins,
we let him talk too long.
That means Cody's not gonna win, and everybody wants Cody to win and take the titles off of Roman Reigns. So,
and I'm gonna say this right now. Here's a hot take: Cody Rhodes should not be the one to take the titles off of Roman.
You think it's Sami Zayn? No,
that's right. Sami Uso needs to be the one to take the titles. He needs to have that moment.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are taking the titles.
The main event, y'all. The main event.
That's right. And what needs to happen is exactly what we said in an episode a while back on the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, where we all agreed, and I made probably the greatest predictions for the road to WrestleMania, possibly. I gave Triple H pretty much the yellow brick road to WrestleMania that he could have done. They should be having, you know, Cody or whoever takes the titles off of Roman.
Cody.
You know, night 1 defends 1 title, he
Cody.
loses. Night 2, you know, defends the
Cody.
title, loses.
Cross.
Cody.
And then what happens is after that match, then you have The Rock come out and pretty much have, that stare down with Roman to determine who is, the head of the table, of the bloodline. And that match should happen not at 39, should happen at 40 in Philadelphia.
Let's go.
Exactly, man.
Great way to close the show.
That was my plan, man. That was
mic
my
drop
plan.
and walk away, bro.
Yep, the end goal would be Rock Roman for 39. Don't
with a match
40.
that with
Don't
a match
care what's
that
going to happen.
with the match of that size, you need to have a year-long build,
year-long build, man.
Exactly. And The Rock doesn't need to be in a title picture, and that's why I kind of hope that he's not in the Rumble, because if he's in the Rumble, we all know he's about to win it.
Yeah.
Let's be real. They're not going to just throw
I
The Rock
would
in there to lose.
Here's another thing that I would like, and I was
But
actually
as a fan, I would mark the fuck out.
I was actually
Here we go.
I was actually thinking about this on while I was watching SmackDown tonight.
Oh, here we go.
I think Cody should beat Reigns for the title, and I think Cody and Kevin Owens should be in a program together.
That'll happen eventually.
Kevin Owens hasn't had a title in
but it won't
5
be the
years.
He's about to have a
But
tag team
realistically,
title next.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's about to go on the road to WrestleMania with
Thank
Sammy and go against the Usos. We all know that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
And it should be for both tag titles, not one of them.
Kevin
Yeah.
Owens beat the fuck out of Roman Reigns tonight.
But I will say this, with these reports, I don't know why, but Ben, you said it last on your statement. This could all be a work. He could be saying that he's out of shape just to, troll the fans because, of course, The Rock has freaking no fat on his body, and he actually enters the Rumble at 30 and goes on to WrestleMania. Because it is in Los Angeles, remind you, too. It's in Hollywood.
That's where he's at, so.
And I think The Rock would rather be there with the spotlight than in Philadelphia eating a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
The Rock's fucking nips could probably bench more than us, bro.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's the best way of ending it there.
Right there.
Let us know, guys, in the comment section below how you guys feel about The Rock. Should he enter the Rumble this year, or should they build, Roman and him for WrestleMania 40? Let us know in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. The links are down in the description below. The first link is, to Jay Briscoe's family if you want to help donate. We Are Wrestling, we donated some money to, their family to help them out. It will be the first link down below, but also all of our social medias will be down in the description below, and all of our personal channels as well, where we have been grinding the fuck out.
Don't forget, man, there's one thing that we didn't mention. We are going to be live for the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw, Monday night, man.
That's right, Raw 30, that's right. I will
Pop another
actually
window
be
out there
doing
for
a
me,
watch
Danny
along,
boy.
baby. Let's go. All the links down below. And, of course, in addition, if you want to see shorter clips of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show or anything on the channel, we're posting shorter clips on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And now we're actually posting, decent length clips of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show for you guys that don't want to listen for a whole hour. Instead, you might want to listen to it for 10 minutes. The links are all down in the description below. And, of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.